All right, good afternoon. Here we go. Back. Here we go. We got some nice consolidation going today. Of course, we got this crazy move yesterday. We got a move up. Then we got this move down, traded this candle. Just had to reverse right into that, consolidate, gap up today. I guess we got a lot of the semiconductors still rallying. We got some of them making new all-time highs. Even QQQ, the NASDAQ, is making a new all-time high today. And we got Navitas up 20%. That's a very small semiconductor name. So there's some, it's still going. SOXL, 7%. SOXL made a new all-time high today. That's pretty much all you need to know. SOXL and QQQ, new high a day. Quantum, QUBT, QBTS, up another 12, 8% today. Look at that. Quantum names are still rallying. Well, we got a $100 million investment from the government in D-Wave Quantum, QUBT, yesterday, which is quite interesting. But like I said, I don't think quantum is really going to be that effective or big or useful really for some time. Anyways, it looks pretty good. Everything seems relatively bullish, and especially since we gapped up through this area, we're in the all-time high range. Previous all-time high 749 and 53 cents, which is just a little bit above. We rejected at 749 today. Just shortly ago, we went for a move up there. And we're starting to break that support below VWAP. So obviously it looks somewhat bearish. We do have a bit of a downside. We are in that resistance zone. We are coming out of it now. This is the resistance zone, this whole consolidation today. So if we do come down further, look for a bounce, maybe a retest up here at 747. That could be a good entry for a short and risking only a very 50 cents, 60 cents on the chart specifically. And we can come down lower possibly. We have, I don't know, is this actually a gap? Let me see on the daily chart. Daily chart, we have a gap. Close yesterday, 742.72. That's about $3, $4 below us. That's quite some room. It's Friday. See if there's some volatility today. I'm really busy, so I'm only able to get on this last hour. We got exactly 50 minutes. Just opened this 5-minute candle right here, little hammer. So let's see if we can get a retest at the 9 and the VWAP. If we can get back up here to 747, get a rejection, but we'll see how this momentum goes. Leaning in that direction just based on this, but who knows? I was thinking there's going to be positive news. They keep talking about impending peace agreements and whatever, but then other people are saying, okay, well, it's inevitable that we go back and who knows what's going to happen. It doesn't, there's good and bad, and we're not really sure what's going to happen, but that's really driving the market at the moment. So you see the oil chart still holding below 100. 96 is continuing its downtrend. It's relatively good. VIX at 1650 today, relatively at a good place. Gold and silver consolidating, ready for the next move. If you really want to look at the 3-day chart, just look at this consolidation here. This is flagging out. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, but don't even talk about it. We're waiting for the Clarity Act. But QQQ, new all-time high today. We made a new high, 722. And SPY, we did not make a new all-time high today. We're still slightly below, and we rejecting this resistance zone. So, like I said, this is the hourly chart. That 9 EMA is right here, what, 745.70, 746. So that's going to be pretty critical. I might as well put a line there so I could see it on, put a line right there so I can see it on the shorter time frame, because that's going to be important. That's actually the open from today, and prior close is way down here. So this is actually a gap on the daily chart, and we're rejecting this liquidity zone right here within this previous gap, which we were talking about yesterday. So this is a round out double top kind of look going into Friday, the end of the week. And I don't think people are really too optimistic about positive news coming out over the weekend. It could happen. So I'm thinking possibly there is a pullback coming in. There's no guarantees, and I'm not predicting anything. But like yesterday, I'm just looking for some confirmation, some momentum, and a trade to present itself in that way. So let me just compare these charts really quick. So the ES is coming up into that zone still. It looks about the same, but slightly different. SPY is a little bit more ahead. But the thing is with the NASDAQ, even the NASDAQ, the NQ didn't make a new high today. So that's interesting. The divergence here is interesting. NASDAQ index, QQQ, made a new high briefly. The NASDAQ futures contract did not, as well as the ES has not, and the SPY has not. So if this can make a new high, that would be confirmation that we could go higher. But if it doesn't, then the QQQ is really just a trick, possibly because of I don't know if the quantum names are in there, but if the quantum names are in the Qs in the NASDAQ, I don't know. Let me see. Are these quantum names on NASDAQ? Let me see. QUBT, is it on NASDAQ? I believe it's NYSE. Yeah, NASDAQ. So these are NASDAQ stocks. The quantum names are, well, QBTS is on NYSE, but QUBT, the one that made a bigger move yesterday, is actually in the NASDAQ. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but we also have semiconductors still going today. So like the SOXL here. This is what really matters. This SOXL made a new high as well as the Qs, and that's really what's driving the Qs specifically to do so. It looks exactly the same. So the Qs are basically semiconductors at this point. So let's just call the Qs a semiconductor ETF. I don't know about the other technology. It's all falling off. It's getting replaced by vibe coding. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, let's see. I was really not liking Apple yesterday. Apple, these products are just not really working too good, but it just keeps rallying over 300, now 311. It's pretty nuts. But that don't really matter too much, to be honest. So now I'm just going to zoom in on this 5-minute, and we're going to see if we can get more confirmation. Like I said, a retest of this zone could be an entry for an extra short, but it's kind of getting bullish or bearish here, so we might end up coming down. This is kind of correlated with this 100 SMA and 9 EMA, which is on the 1-hour chart, which is why I put this line here. So this is kind of an important zone here, I would say. If we do come into the 746-ish level, below that, we definitely have room to fill this gap, and we may get a sell-off into the end of the day going into the weekend. So we'll see exactly how that's going to play out. For now, just going to be patient and see where it goes. Okay, that's pretty much it. So I'm really just seeing if an opportunity does present itself. And after made about a $38 profit yesterday, it was like 118% trade. The trade went over 300%. It was pretty nuts, but that gives me a little bit of opportunity to take a trade today without too much obviously emotions are off the table. Emotions have to be removed from trading in the markets, and you have to understand that it's systematic and it has to be following your plan only is what matters. So emotions is really what causes you to hold a losing trade and convince yourself that you're going to be right, and it also is what causes you to take profit very quickly on a trade that does go your way because of all the other trades that have gone against you, and you don't want to experience that again. Or going from a red to green is really a bad feeling, so avoiding that is pretty important. So that's why I'm really trying to focus on scalping to really build this count up a little bit more, because it's at like $100. Ideally, I would want to get it to a few $100s before I really start uh, being a little bit more systematic with the trades I take and this position size. Even though I'm being somewhat systematic in terms of I'm looking to take a $30 contract basically around that range, and I'm risking about 67% of that, which is about 2/3, and that's about $20 per trade. So that does give me, yeah, the room to take several trades. And I said this last time, and I took 4 losses in a row and had to reset. So let's hope that doesn't have to happen again. So let's just see if we can get, I mean, we're already breaking down here, so let's just let it play out a little bit, see if we get a retest for a better entry. Don't know what the option chain looks like, so I might as well pull it up and see what these contracts are starting to look like. Gotta check this out. The Chair Kevin Warsh today vowed to deliver unmatched prosperity during his tenure. Just saying, I have my things coming out at 1 o'clock. It's a video, basically the accompanying video to the Jerome Powell brief. So check that out at the market close. It's already there. And it's from yesterday, where I went over an address on Kevin Warsh and the Federal Reserve, brief history on his career and his philosophy. And I believe that we are possibly entering one of the most prosperous eras. We are entering a technological revolution unlike no other since 2000. And 2000 was a bubble, which a lot of people correlate that today, which I disagree with, and I divest that notion. I believe that the efficiency of productivity changes things in a massive way. Think about railroads, the efficiency of getting products from one place to another, that changed the game. The efficiency of intelligence, moving data and information and money all at once, and optimizing and reducing workforces, which doesn't sound great, but it also, there's ways to counteract that. And it's going to eventually have to happen. It's going to be necessary to talk about and to implement certain methods of impacting and making sure the job market stays stable and doesn't come up with a high unemployment in the coming years, which could happen. And we could have whatever, it could happen, a brief recession just based on unemployment alone. But a lot of CEOs, even Warren Buffett, I forget, was it Warren Buffett? Someone like Warren Buffett was talking about how AI is not necessarily going to take your job, it's going to upgrade it. And that's a good notion. Maybe it's not fully true yet. Maybe in 5 years that will be the case, and everything will be more seamlessly integrated, and a lot of jobs will be automated, and more important work, more intellectual work is available. And that's really what I seek. I'm tired of doing monotonous labor work. Not that I don't care about being exercising, being active and stable and whatnot, but it's really brain draining. It's like brain numbing. It's like pointless time wasted at a job 9 to 5, just staring at a screen or just driving a car around. Like there's a lot of different things that I just really want to get away from, and try to get into a position where I can do more intellectual work and be more useful and impactful with the things that I do. And I don't think I can do so when I'm working like monotonous labor type jobs, which I've always worked. I've been doing a bunch of rounds of interviews, but the companies suck. I haven't been able to get an interview at any good company in the past few years. So I'm trying to go more all in on this, being more serious, taking it more serious. I want to scale this account up, like I said, to 5,000, 10, 15, 50,000. And I think I can do so in a year or less. I'm just saying I think it's possible, and I know it's possible. I've done in 2024, I actually took an account from $200 to 14,000. This was I was trading at the open, and I was taking contracts within the first 5-10 minutes of the open, and I was basically lottery ticketing. I ended up getting burnt on Netflix, and I lost 8,000 from my $14,000 balance on one singular day in like 10 minutes, and that really burned me. I was so motivated going to work every day. Like, man, my account's scaling up. It's insane. And then I just blew it one day. And I have it documented on my Instagram. You can check it out on my highlights. But anyways, I didn't I don't know if I have the screenshot of the loss at the very end, but I have the full account from 200 all the way. But the first trade I took in 2024, GameStop had this crazy rally from like 15 to 25 or something like that. And I remember it happened over the weekend. That's the trade that I had initially took with $200, and it turned into 1,000. So that's what really got me started on that last run I had, where I had a $200 account, and I woke up on Monday to $1,000 position in GameStop when it rallied. And I forget it was end of May in 2024. You could check the chart. My memory should be correct. And yeah, so GameStop, I don't look to trade that anymore. But I think it's pretty funny, the Ryan Cohen thing. He's trying to buy eBay, and he's talking all types of stuff about them. They dropped a 425 Q today. I don't know what that is exactly. I'd have to look into it, but I'm not really too interested. But if they were to acquire eBay, it would be somewhat interesting. I mean, who knows what they could do with it? I really don't know what their intention is there. I don't know if eBay really has that much of a revenue base, or if it's worth even 30, 40 billion. I'm not sure at this point. It's like Yahoo. The only thing people use Yahoo for is Yahoo Finance. And it's still the number one news site, especially for finance. Yahoo Finance is on top still, which is surprising because Yahoo is like kind of fallen off, but everyone loves Yahoo Finance, and I think it's great. So maybe eBay is like has some similar vibe, but I don't know how, useful it is as a company, or having it get subsidized within GameStop. But man, I just keep thinking about GTA 6. I think GTA 6 is going to be amazing. I think it's going to be a positive effect on the world. I think when GTA 6 comes out, people are going to stop being so distracted by all these news stories and all this blah, blah, blah. And they're going to be focused on something a little bit more holistic, playing video games and having fun. Maybe we'll stream GTA 6. I really look forward to that. I can't wait. Maybe it'll come later this year, but maybe they're going to take a couple more years because they have all this stuff happening. It's really complicated. I'm sure they have teams of hundreds of people working on GTA 6. I mean, just imagine all the things they could do right now. They could integrate crypto, they can integrate virtual reality, they can integrate real life trading. Like, people say that people are going to make money from the game, like CSGO, where people buy and sell items in the game. I don't know, like even Fortnite skins. Like, I don't never mess with any of that. I don't like Fortnite or none of that stuff, but I used to play League of Legends. I was a RuneScape kid. I played RuneScape for like 6, 7 years, and I was so addicted 24/7. I wish I was just trading the stock market instead, though, when I was a kid. But hey, I had no idea. If I just bought, you could fill in the blank. You could buy anything. It would have came up in 20 years. Well, it's been like what, 10 years since high school for me. But yeah, so I mean, I stopped RuneScape in like middle school, end of middle school type thing. I was playing RuneScape for years though, all through middle school. The end of elementary is a big part of my life. The Grand Exchange, that's what I feel like the stock market is, the Grand Exchange in RuneScape. The Grand Exchange, everybody stands there and trades, barters, and scams, and there's a lot of fun stuff. It's interesting, but if you know, you know. But RuneScape, the Grand Exchange, like playing PvP in the wild, it was fun, man. It was fun times, and I think GTA 6 is one of the only few games that I'm actually curious and interested in and getting into. I would even play it. I would stream it just for fun, I think, and I'm waiting for that. So just to put that out there, I think GTA 6 will be a positive impact on the world, even though the game is, whatever. Hopefully, it's not too like gory or too much violence, but that's just kind of the nature of GTA, Grand Theft Auto, I guess. But I think GTA 6 will be massive. It's going to change the world. I can't wait for it to come out. People are going to stop being so insane, and maybe they'll play some video games and have fun, be like kids again. Anyway, I think that's going to be good. Let me see. Let me check this option chain, see what these are looking like. I don't really know what's happening. That picture. Handsome. So let's check this out. What's the option chain looking like? We've gotten some bearish, some type of confirmation, but like I said, we have that support level right there at 746, 745, 70. Really need to wait and see how that reacts. If we bounce there and hold that, then it's going to be hard to short without like a bigger candle that confirms, similar to yesterday. Yesterday was weird, like a roller coaster. So my account's at $103.42. And let's see what these options are looking like. The SPY option chain, May 22nd. 747 calls, 33 cents. That's relatively decent. And I would have to go down to the 745 put. It's 30 cents right now. So the prices are pretty good. I like the way they look. But obviously I can't enter, wouldn't enter a 745 put here. We haven't even crossed that line yet. So that kind of changes things. You know, the 744 would probably end up being it, which is in the middle, right in the middle of the gap, the daily gap we just made. Don't know if it's going to fill by the end of the day, but that is the speculation based on this price action right now. The problem is if we were to hold, we already had a rally into that supply zone and we're kind of rejecting it. So it's going to be hard to go long in the supply zone, and we're below the VWAP and the 9 and the 21 EMA on the 15-minute chart, let alone the 5-minute chart, which you can see here. We're below all these levels. Even the 21 is like just right above this candle right here. We're below it. VWAP, everything. So just got to be patient here to see if we can get some type of movement and scalp it. The trade yesterday took 3 minutes, so shoot, if that would that's kind of ideal to be in at the right time. That's kind of the late entry, early exit methodology. And yesterday worked out pretty well for that. But that doesn't mean that can't go against you just as fast. And you could have to stop out, but that's the risk you take, and you have to be able to manage the risk to reward and skew the ratio so that you can be profitable. And it really comes down to just simple mathematics. So we'll see. Let me yeah, 15-minute chart's looking quite bearish. This 5-minute, we're really falling down here. Bear flagging down. If you look at that, it's like a bear flag. So the contracts are quite cheap. They're relatively doable for me, but it's gonna probably be, it's already 12:30, 3:30 Eastern, so we only got like 33 minutes left in power hour. This price action looks pretty decent though, so let's see if we can get momentum either way. Clearly it looks like we can get some downside momentum, but I'm not necessarily looking to enter right before we hit that support, which is like 20 cents below us. I'm not. Under 746. We get a candle closure under that line, then you know it might be worth the shot for considering the gap and considering this price action. Elon was landing rockets without cloud code. That's tough. What? What's going on here? Okay. I gotta make a doctor's appointment. I got another thing to do right after the market close, so I gotta get off right when the market closes. So let's see if I can capture a trade here. Fed Kevin Warsh said, inflation can be lower, growth will be strong. One of the famous quotes that Kevin Warsh has said is that inflation is a choice, which is quite interesting. And I don't think Powell would ever say something like that, but that's the thing. It's like we're really in a different time, and I think it may be proven correct. I'm just saying, you know, you got to be optimistic, and I think that based on my research, Kevin Warsh seems quite good. Okay, we're getting a big candle below that. See, it would have been pretty good, but no closure, 45 seconds. I mean, shoot, let me see what these puts are like. See, like I said, I have to go down to 744, which is 24 cents, so it might be worth it here. But let me see. This is probably going to give us a bounce here. Like, you see that what happened yesterday? We had this crazy drop into some type of support, and then we just rallied all the way back, and we don't want to necessarily see something like that. But this may be worth a shot here. Contracts are at 25 cents for the 744 put. I may enter it here in a sec if we can close this candle 9 seconds. So I may enter. We're below everything. I think this is possibly a good spot to capture this. If we want to get this leg down, it looks pretty like it might be picking up here. We got volume. Try to enter right here just to give it a shot. It's cheaper. think I got in. Nope. You just take a market order. I'm gonna go ahead and take it right here, just because that candle closure, I believe in that. So we'll see. It's only $24, so it's not even 30. So this is even less risk. This is much less risk than even my entire profit from yesterday. I'm in a 744 put. It's 24 cents. It's already up 18%, but that doesn't mean anything. Let's see if we can get this momentum. It's starting to pick up. Volume picked up. We closed under everything, and especially that green line, which I believe is an important level. So hopefully we can get that momentum in that leg down right here, which it looks like we're going to get a bit of a waterfall, and that will be good to capture right here. So I'm in the trade, lock it in, and now we got to be patient, see how this plays out. You got to take the risk. You can't be afraid. Just got to lock it in. I'm going to go grab a Celsius. I'll be right back. I got another one. I need to get some more energy going. All right, there's the mini bounce. There's the mini bounce. Same thing as yesterday. Let's see if we can get that waterfall. I'll be a little bit patient with this one. Last time it was only like less than 5 minutes, but we only got 29 minutes until the close, so we'll see. My stop could be literally next to zero, to be honest, so this is not too bad. I mean, it is what it is. Contract's at 22. It's just at round break even. So what we're expecting here is a waterfall, probably down to 744. The bottom of this area, 744.50. Contract is at 744, which is directly in the middle of the gap. So we'll see. If it happens, it happens. If not, then I'll stop it out and then still be up slightly on the week and then have to keep going next week. But this is probably the only trade I'll take. It's just this one trade. 744 put. It's down a little bit right now, 20% probably. Yeah, down 20%, but we'll see. If it just rallies from here, then so be it. But I'm expecting this to turn back around and continue this. It looks like a waterfall coming in, so let's see if we can get that momentum. Volume slightly picked up. We got that closure. That's really all I need. So now I just got to see if this trade can play out. Still quite elevated over my strike, though. If I have a 744, we're basically $2 above the strike, which is not good, given we only have 27 minutes left. But so be it. Take the trade, see how it plays out. We are still technically within this entire consolidation. It's pretty much a slow day. It's a pretty tricky spot, but just trying to capture this momentum. If it does want to continue, we can get another leg down here, but if not, then I'll end up stopping out near the end of the day, taking a $20 loss or whatever it might be, something like that. So I don't really mind that, but I do have a feeling that we can definitely continue this. I mean, the momentum right now is pointing down, coming into the end of the week on Friday. So let's see. See what this price action is going to do. We're right at the 9 on the 2-minute chart. See if we're getting that rejection. Let's see if it actually turns into something now here. This is that level that I would expect, since we closed below, might act as resistance, but you don't know. Can't be too sure. But I entered based on the closure of the previous red candle. So that's my theory. And taking the late entry, a lot of the time you get that kind of pullback where it goes against you at the beginning like this, exactly like this, which sucks. This might be the better entry to take the put right here, but Yeah, I couldn't even, well, I guess the 745 is now down near 30, 33. So it looks like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not super confident that we're going to go lower, but I mean, based on the price action, I'm just expecting that. That's why I took the trade. And I'm willing to take the loss if it comes down to it, if we do not sell off here, but that's basically the theory. So you see what's going on the, what's in the news or the, what's on the timeline. 746. All right, then. Right at the 20, not right at the 90 MA on 2. It's looking like a bounce. I don't know. Not ideal. That's all right. Let's see. Just going to let it go. We got 15 minutes ish. Well, 20 minutes. Let it go. Quite a mixed day, though. We got a lot of the semiconductors up. We got Qs up, making a new high. SPY's kind of weak, but now it's consolidating. Really, the whole day it's been consolidating after gapping. So this is not so great, but whatever. If the trade doesn't work, then so be it. I mean, I'm short. I'm short. I'm not, I don't know. If you're long here, you're really scalping it. I'm short for a reason. My risk is very low. I'm only risking like 20 bucks. The contract's $24. It's reasonable. If I lose 20 bucks, I don't really care. It's like my account's still up. It's not ideal, but I would prefer us to get a big red candle that actually makes a lower low here and gets under 745, but can't be too short about it. But based on that red candle closure, I mean, it's kind of invalidating here now already, but we got to let the trade play out. Okay, let's see if we can actually get momentum to the downside until we break a new low right here. Well, no, a relative low. If we make a lower low here, then that's good. But if not, then the trade's cooked, So this rejection should turn into a lower leg. Would be ideal for me. Go short and take puts. Come on. Why would you go long right here? I mean, no prediction, no gamble, but just trading price action. Not much of a drop right there already. I don't know about this. Candles are too slow. Pretty slow day. To see the waterfall come in, waterfall into the end of the week. I've seen it before, but maybe it'll just consolidate, do nothing. That sucks. Kevin Warsh officially sworn in today. That's perfect timing. I thought it would be on Monday since his tenure technically started on Monday. Technically, because Monday was the first Monday after the Friday, which is the 15th, when he was confirmed. But I guess today, a week later after the 15th, he's sworn in at the White House. It looks like, yeah, by Justice Clarence Thomas. Well, there we go. Perfect timing. My video on a brief history on Kevin Warsh and the Federal Reserve comes out at the market close, so that'll be good timing, I guess. So yeah, now you can get the brief on Jerome Powell and on Kevin Warsh, and you can learn and compare the two and see kind of the vision. All right, can we get down to 745? I don't know. These contracts are going to be weird though if we don't get a bigger move down. If we don't get a bigger red candle down, then these contracts might be kind of hard because it's a 744 put, which is like $1.50 out the money still. So like even at 745, we're $1 out the money. I don't know if it's going to be profitable. These contracts are kind of weird. There's a decent red candle. We're starting to see it, but we need to see 745 or below. That's the only way that I think this trade can really work out. Still down 22%. So, but let's see if we can actually make a lower low here, and that would be good and possibly make the trade profitable. Momentum has to come in though. This like I said, that waterfall, we're starting to get that look. So here could be the waterfall. We could even only make it to here and still be profitable for sure. And this could be like an area right in the middle of the gap is where we could bounce, or maybe, I don't know for sure, but I think the momentum is going to bring us down here, at least under 745, and that would hopefully solidify that the trade will be profitable here. No guarantees though, but it's starting to look kind of good. We need to get under 745, and then I'll check it if we get under 745. I would never trust ChatGPT to fill out a document with my personal information, bro. That's absolutely insane. They just tweeted, paperwork is better when you could just talk through it. With images in ChatGPT in voice mode, you can upload a form, say what you want to fill in, and get a completed version back. But if you're not typing the text on the line, in line, on a document, then like, I don't think ATS is going to read it. I don't know, even if it does, like, I don't trust that. I'm going to give them all my information, my address, my date of birth, my ID number. Like, bro, what? I'm not giving them my information. They probably already know all that information anyways, but I'm not going to like have them fill out my documents. I'm going to do it myself. Like, what? I don't know. Well, we didn't get a lower low, so we'll see. I don't know. Still got 15 minutes, so it's definitely doable, but this momentum needs to come in. We need to kick in with some downside volume here, but don't know. Contracts hasn't gone green yet. Just chopping. The only way the trade will work is if we can get below 745 here into the end of the day, but we keep doing these weird bounces. This consolidation is not ideal. You know, I entered right after the closure of this candle, and then of course we got to get this type of price action, but we can get below here, then it'll work out. But it is what it is. It's a cheap contract, so it's not a big deal, but would be nice if we can get that downside momentum. It's pretty obvious. It seems clear, but you know, the market may not want to give it to us, which is fine. You can never, there's no guarantees in the market. All you can do is manage your risk, take the trade with some type of confirmation or confluence, and understand the risk that you're taking and be willing to stick to your plan, stop out where necessary, and take profit especially during power hour early, and just get out of the way. So we'll see. But this price action is slow right now. We need this to speed up. We need that to speed up. Low a day 744.48. So shoot, even my strike is below the low a day, so it's not ideal, but it doesn't mean it can't work. It's supposed to be a momentum trade, but we're losing momentum. We're getting a bigger volume candle here on the red bar. That's good, but we need to break that low. Get under 745, and I'll check these contracts. Probably get out early. If it does go profitable, I'm probably not going to take too much profit just because it's the end of the week. I got more things to do, so we'll see. Candle close at a decent spot there on the 2-minute chart. 745. That's a new low, but we need to get under 745, and then I'll check this. We'll see if it's profitable there. This momentum picks up right now. That's perfect. Okay, let me pull this up. We're about to break 745 here. Contract is still red by 14%. Yep. Okay, break even. Contracts break even. 745. We need to lose that. We can get some momentum here now, but let's see what these contracts are going to do, because we're starting to look good, but we actually really need to get down under 745, like legit. That wasn't legit yet. Buyers are wearing out. People want to, take it easy this weekend. So maybe we can come down. But we need to really, we need real price action below 745, or else these contracts are not going to be profitable. I mean, we really need momentum here, because this is contracts still down 20%. We keep getting these bounces. Like, I don't know. It's not ideal, but the momentum is not there right now, like yesterday, in terms of those bigger candles that we got. Yeah, that's not ideal. Let's get under 745 here. I think it's coming in. I think it's coming in. We'll see. It's gonna be hard here, honestly. These contracts are still down 22% or whatever. Still way out the money type. $1.30 out the money basically, so. Yeah, there's a close with the hammer candle on the 2. That's not good. I don't know why it has to do that, man. This price action's not good. We need a big candle that takes us down into the mid 744s. That'll be clean. If not, then probably not gonna work out, but hey. Every time we just put in 2 hammer candles as we're trending down, and we made a new low, so it's just like doesn't quite make sense on the 2-minute chart. We really didn't get under 745 by anything. 4 cents, and that was it. It's a huge wick. That's not enough. The contracts are still down quite a bit. Down 27% here with only 12 minutes left, so I don't know where this momentum, are we gonna actually get the sell-off here into the close or not? For all I know, 2 minutes from now, we're gonna have the 10-minute rigged. Maybe we'll get that move, or it'll go against us, and then I'll have to stop out in the last 10 minutes or whatever, last 5 minutes probably. But it's a small risk, so it's not a big deal. But the trade's like kind of going the right direction. It's just not enough. Like, that's the thing about these options. It's just not enough. Like, we need the move to have momentum, and it needs to be significant, at least in terms of the options prices. So if it doesn't get below 745, then the trade is pretty much not going to work out. These contracts are going to start losing all their value here. Let's see, 10-minute rig coming in 7 seconds. Doesn't look good though. I don't like this. Looks like we're just going to bounce on 10-minute rig, which is going to kill this trade for real. I mean, are we going to flush? Okay, there we go. 745. It's not enough though. We need a bigger move than that. We need 744.50, and that would be even barely profitable. Yeah, it's not happening. Contracts down quite a bit now, down 50%. There you go. 10-minute rigged, and we get another weird hammer candle with a giant wick for no reason. Well, not a good day to trade. Friday is pretty tough, and even though we're downtrending, it's just not enough momentum to capture really any profit in terms of these contracts, in my opinion. Like, I'm just not down 50%. The trade's already in, like, it's gone in the right direction, but I'm still down 50%. That's the problem. So yeah, there it is. It's cooked. There's no way that's going to work out now. 10 minutes from now, trade's down to 10 cents. There we go, down a lot. Well, it's really annoying. This price action is so annoying, but whatever. It's all right. My account will be down to 80 bucks or whatever, which it's just annoying, this price action, honestly. It's like, bro, we're downtrending. Are we not going to waterfall? Like, we're really going to bounce here? Like, really? Yeah, let's bounce into the close and do absolutely nothing. Who's making money right now trading, bro? Like, honestly, be honest. No one's making money right now. You guys are swinging. You guys got way more money than me. You guys trading futures. You got thousands of dollars. You can get a 10-point move on the futures and actually make money. For me, I have to actually be very, very correct. I have to be in at the right time, and I have to be out before it gets too late. And I have to understand the direction. I have to be in before the move happens, not at the end of the move, which is kind of the difficulty. So this trade is not working out. I don't see it working out. It's no way, which is really bothering me, but it's fine. It's not that I'm not willing to take the risk and take this loss. It's just like the price action here is just frustrating. Like, you really are we gonna break 745 in the last 5 minutes? It's all right. I'll probably, because it's just only a $24 contract, I'm probably gonna hold it till the close just to see if we can get any momentum, but it's not looking like it right now. I mean, this 2-minute chart is just wick after wick after wick, hammer candle after hammer candle, and we're downtrending, so I don't understand. This is really, really weak price action. It's just wick after wick after wick after wick, wick after wick after wick after wick, and I entered right here. I mean, we went lower. It's just, I entered literally right here. What is that? Captured 60 cents. More, captured at least 60 cents on this price all the way down, but the contracts went down 50%. That's the thing about options trading, is you can literally be in and capture a move in your direction and still lose everything, because these options are very frustrating. So anyway, not a good trade, not a good day. I will say that. This is very annoying, but it's fine. Can't win every trade. It's just sometimes the price action is just like so slow, and it just keeps going back and forth once you enter a trade. It's just like, bro, like, if I had more money, I could actually do this right, but I can't do it right. I have to take a lot of risk. I have to take a massive stop loss because I don't have a choice. You know, if you think I have a choice in doing something different, then please explain to me. Please let me know. But I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been studying options and trading them thousands of times over 6 years. And this is just the way it is with options trading. You have to be like totally correct. You have to be in before the move happens. And you can't be out the money, because if you're out the money in the last hour, last 10 minutes, I mean, these contracts they're already going to be near zero at this point. They're under 10 cents. So it just sucks. I hate losing trades, but you just have to accept it. I mean, you have to take the trade anyway. Even if you lose, you have to take the trade, because if you don't take the trade, then you don't know. You can't win if you don't play the game. If you're not in the game, you can't win. You have to be in the game. You have to take the risk. You have to be a participant. And you have to lose enough to learn. And you have to learn enough to actually become profitable. You have to learn enough to become skilled. And the skilled part really has to do with high quality decision making, efficiency of decision making, understanding the calculus, understanding the mathematics of risk to reward, and trade frequency, trade size, and position sizing. So yeah, 5 minutes left and we're still just consolidating, and we keep bouncing even though we get this big red candle, big red volume bar for absolutely no reason. It is what it is, man. The market's giving me a middle finger today, so that's fine. Go ahead, give me a middle finger. I'll take the loss at 2 cents and I'll take a $22 loss. I don't even care. It really doesn't make a difference. It's just frustrating to have the trade basically work out, but just be totally unprofitable at the same time. That's the reality of trading. That's the reality of options. And it really just makes me, every time I lose a trade, it makes me just question my existence. And I'm tired of it. I just need more capital and I could do it differently and I don't have to take this much risk. I don't have to buy 0 TE contracts. I don't have to do it. I don't have to lose if I had more capital. It's just the truth. People don't understand that. When you have money, you can make money. That's a saying for a reason. The rich get richer and the poor get poorer. It's for a reason. That's how things work. So in order to change that and flip that script, it takes an immense amount of blessings and luck and timing. It's not just doing the right thing forever. Like you can do the right thing, work a job and get nowhere and be a provider for some random company and they could just profit millions of dollars off you over your lifetime working 40 years and they could squeeze and milk everything out of you. And by the end of it, you have nothing and you're hoping that Social Security pays out. You're hoping that you have enough money in the bank. You hope that you could even invest, let alone 10%, let alone 30% of your income into the market. And by the time the market goes up 1,000%, you're 30 years old and you're still questioning everything and you don't have any capital at risk and you don't have the ability to compound your net worth. And life is hard. Life is very hard. I will say I've done this for 6 years. It's very hard. There's nothing more difficult than trading the market and trying to profit intraday, especially when you don't even have $1,000 to your name, when you don't even have $100 to trade. You can't even take $100 position size. Like it's so difficult. I can't, you can see it through all these streams. I've made so many streams and they're all the same thing. It's just like difficulty after difficulty. It looks good one day and then you take a few trades, you're up 100%. And the next thing you know, it's just things just go awry and it sucks. Look at this green candle, man. That's the FU. That's the middle finger from the market right there. That candle, that's a middle finger from the market. I appreciate that. It's just what I need when I'm at the most broke, desperate point in my entire life at 29 years old. It's unbelievable. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that life is hard. This stuff is hard. Making money is extremely hard. A lot of people make money in just ridiculous ways, and other people just happen to have enough money to be able to do things that they actually love and care about and have a beneficial, live their best life. But most people don't. As hard as you might try, as many years as you might sacrifice, as much you might sacrifice, you might throw away hundreds of thousands of dollars in the process. I've lost nearly 100,000. I've literally probably lost way more than 100,000. I lost like 60K on AMC alone back in 21. I've lost another 15K in 24. My account was at 92,000 in 2021 with AMC at the high. It was insane. It's absolutely astonishing. I lost it all weeks later. But I don't do that no more. I try to take less risk. I try to focus on systematic strategies in trading small accounts, trading a small size. That way I can actually prove to myself that I'm actually able to make decent decisions. But, this type of market just ruins it. There we go. Contracts down. I'm going to have to stop out here. 12.59. Yeah, there's just I got to stop out. There's just nothing. The trade's not going to work out. So I stop out. There it is. Nothing I can do at all. It's totally stopped out for 3 cents, took $21 loss. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do. Absolutely nothing I can do. That's it. The market's closed. My account's down to $81.10. Extremely frustrating. All I can say is that I'm going to come back next week and try again, but it's just, I'm just so tired. I'm really, really tired. Yeah, I'm out of the trade. Now we're getting this. I don't care. It's whatever. Here, I'm out of the trade and look at this. Imagine I just sold it for 3 cents. Now it's at 7. You can't be serious. It doesn't matter, but trading is difficult. That's all I can say. So have a good rest of the day. Blessings.